we did it. I'm going to go to full screen.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. We did it. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. Thank you for your flexibility on this.
Sure, no
Really
problem.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
I just want to start like the picture that you submitted for the
Mhm.
show is adorable. And wait till you see what we're going to be doing with it. I was
Oh,
like, oh my God, this is such like it's so strong. And like
mhm.
it's a beautiful photo. I'm like, who's this young buck?
I'm excited. I can't wait to see
It's a
what you
great
all
photo.
do. Great, thank you.
So that will be exciting. So I'm going to do my quick intro and then we're going to talk because I reading over all your stuff. We got too much to talk about. So let's just get the minutia out of the way.
Okay.
We were not able to do a Facebook Live for some reason.
Mhm.
So we're doing what are we on? A Google Meet, which is fine. And I'm going to post it. But welcome everybody to Women in Nature Taking Up Space. This is my third interview today. And I'm happy to be at home and I'm happy that we have this technology that I can just see you, even though you're in Chicago, a few blocks away, probably.
Yeah.
um, but so, with not too much talk here, I am just going to introduce Angela Redmond, a Chicago-based artist. And I'm going to read a little bit on what I got from you. You're an oil painter and an art instructor, which I have to say, this might sound really ignorant, but I love meeting people of color who paint with oil.
Hmm.
I don't know why. I just like I was at an art show a month ago and I walked into this gallery and I felt like I walked into the 19th century with these oil paintings, like spot on the black, the portraiture, like the detail. And I
Yeah.
was like, I'm looking for some old dude, preferably,
Right.
white. And
Right.
here this young brother is sitting there with his girlfriend. I'm like, is this yours? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you need to stand up. Like you
Hmm.
need to let people know this is yours because I've never seen this before. And I wish I could remember his name, but so I'm always really impressed by that. And we'll talk about your work because that's a whole nother.
Hmm.
So Angela is an art instructor. You have a master's of fine arts degree in painting from Northern Illinois, a master of science degree in digital art, which who
Yeah.
knew? And you have a bachelor's art degree in studio arts from
Mhm.
Albion College in Michigan. And you focus on oil, portraits, and figures. So the other great thing is, and we love this, you were in the 2015, 2019, and 2023 and Best in Show for the Black Creativity Show at MSI.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's insane. And I don't did you make it out to the show this year?
No, I didn't make it this year.
Off
Mm.
the charts.
Oh, okay.
So
Nice.
good. So that's huge. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's see. I mean, I'll let you tell it all. You have so much going on, but first let's like who is Angela Redmond?
Mhm.
You're so young too. So you got to tell your age, please. How old are you?
I'm not young. I actually just had a birthday. I'm 38. Yeah. I don't feel young at all. So,
You're young and you look young.
oh, thank you. Well, I go by Angie for my
Angela.
artwork. Yeah, Angie Redmond artist. And yeah, like you said, like I'm an oil painter. I love to focus on portraits and figurative artwork. The shows that you said in Chicago, I show mostly around Chicago, but as well as I recently showed in New York and like Miami, and I haven't
Nice.
done international yet, but that's my next goal is to go international. So,
Awesome. I
mm-hmm.
looked at the pieces that you sent me, which for some reason I'm not able to upload. But your work is so expressive, so dimensional. it's I believe that it's oil, but I can't even imagine that
Yeah.
doing oil painting with the technique that you have and the amount of time that it dries. So what's the biggest size that you work in?
Well, the biggest painting I've done so far it has been, I think it was like a 7 foot one or close to 7 foot. On average, though, my paintings are around like 4 feet high. You
Wow.
know, 4 feet, 3 feet high. I do like working a little bigger. The smallest I'll go is if I'm doing a commission for someone. It'd be like 16 by 20. But I do like to keep it a little bigger.
Do you do more than one piece at a time?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I actually prefer to work on more than one at a time. That way, because I like to, once I'm working on a piece, I like to like leave it alone for a second and then kind of refocus on something else, then come back with a fresh eye, on
Okay.
the piece. So I definitely like to do multiple paintings at once.
Okay.
Hmm.
I need to know how you got into this kind of artwork because
Yeah,
it's truly impressive. And folks, I'm going to post this to Facebook and some other places. So I'm going to put your work underneath it because
yeah.
people need to see it. So
Mhm.
how did this become?
I, like, I say it started. It was actually my senior year of undergrad at Albion College. We had a new painting professor. It was his first year. His name Michael Dixon. Of course, he's a working artist himself. He's still the professor there, and I think he's the head of the painting department now at Albion.
Wow.
And yeah, he moved up through the years, and he introduced this new like style of painting, not only as far as technique but subject matter. Because up to that point, I didn't know what I wanted to paint. I just knew I like painting faces and I like painting
Okay.
people. But when seeing his artwork and taking his classes, it really opened me up to painting, more expressively and about the people in my life, people I see, and then to also like kind of talk about subjects that might not be so comfortable. Because at first I started talking about black hair. It was all about natural black hair.
Yeah.
And then at first, when I first started, I was worried. I was like, well, will some people not relate to it? I didn't want to feel like I was leaving anyone out. But it was after doing more paintings on focusing on, black culture and black hair and, being showing more representation within the culture that, I was like, well, okay, this is my voice as an artist. And a lot of people just gravitated for, black people, white people, and then,
Yeah.
then there. So that just gave me more confidence, to keep going and just to paint what I had a passion for.
Are you painting people that you know, or is this all
For the most part, it's people that I know as family and friends, but I consider myself like a people watcher, so if I'm like out and about in the world, if I see, I like to just see small moments, people doing random things. Like, for instance, I'll give you an example. The other day, it's a painting that I'm about to work on. I was in like Dunkin' Donuts the other day, and there was this older man in there, and I could tell by his age that and his like he was wearing these like older clothes, that you'll see like your grandfather or something wearing. And he was just sitting there enjoying his coffee and then just kind of like watching the day go by. And I like stuff like that,
right?
just seeing these everyday moments and people just being themselves and just bringing value to those type of small moments.
Did you draw him?
I took a quick picture of him, not his face, but the quick picture of him, and then I'm about to draw. It's on my list of paintings to do. So yeah.
Are we looking at your studio?
I'm in my studio now. It's a little messy, but yeah, I'm in the studio.
Wow.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So are you a full-time artist?
Not yet. I do have a full-time job working at a hospital, but and then also teaching.
Teaching.
But that is the goal. Like I'm really trying to push to be full-time as soon as possible.
And what are you teaching?
I teach at Harper College, and I teach all of the community art classes, so all the painting classes.
Oh,
Yep,
nice.
yep. Right now, I have a watercolor class I'm teaching.
So you do watercolor too? Like what else do you do? What other mediums can you do?
Yeah, so just for my personal practice, I do only, oil and drawing, but I also can teach, like I know watercolor, gouache, acrylics, and then also drawing, Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you get a commission, are they usually portraits, family
Yeah.
things?
It's always portraits, and what I get is people give me like 2 to 3 different portraits that they want me to put together in one
Right.
painting. Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
So how did you feel winning Best in Show for the Black
Right.
community? Like,
Yeah, that was super exciting because I remember when I first started like applying to be in that show. I didn't get in the first 2 times I applied, and then I got in one year, and I was super excited. And then it was in the year 2020 where I won Best in Show, and I remember I got an email, and it was real late at night, and I was just half asleep reading it. I was like, "Is that my name?" Yes,
oh
it
my
was. So it was really, really exciting and a proud moment. So yeah.
wow. I wonder, so I've been in it twice.
Hmm.
So I think I was 2020 or 2022. I
Okay.
might have been in, and then I was just in the one for 2025.
Oh, nice.
And it was just
Congratulations.
off the charts.
Nice.
And so I was talking to some lady the other day who was like, you know, this show gets probably 1,500 people submitting, and they
Mhm.
only take 100 people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's huge. And they're
Yeah.
getting bigger and bigger. They're all over social media. They've
Yeah.
been 4 years at the expo show, and
Yeah.
woo.
Mhm.
So I mean, I'm
Exactly.
sure you'll continue to get in. Like I'm like, look, I'm gonna count my blessings and I'm gonna sit back for a few years.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like I'm for that particular show. Like one of my biggest goals, I was like, I want to be the featured artist. They also feature one artist like on the
Yeah.
marketing material. Like that's my next goal.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. And so when
Mhm.
you go to reapply, they're gonna be like, oh, Angie Redmond, she was best in show. She's
Hey,
back.
hey, that's
You
all.
know,
Yeah.
I saw some artists there that were in the show like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, first of all, I didn't even know that it existed, but
Yeah, it's going on a
so
long
I
time.
know 50
Mhm.
years or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I love
Yeah,
it.
I think the year that I won it was the 50th anniversary. So yeah.
Wow.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how does your artwork? Because, well, first off, why did you accept my invitation to this show?
Yeah. So I accepted it. One, I again love the opportunity of first of all, it was Evanston that took me first. I love Evanston. I actually been planning on moving there. So I was
Awesome.
like to do a show in Evanston would be great. And then once I saw the details of your show, be able to do a large portrait. At first I was kind of hesitant because my particular studio it was like, how can I do a painting that size? Because the walls are kind of weird. But
Uh-huh.
it's like if there's a will, there's a way. So I figured it out, and I'm working on it, the painting now. And but what really made me say, okay, I have to do this was when you were talking about women in nature, because obviously I paint women, and all the time, but I never really include like nature in my artwork. But I was like, I also want to challenge myself. So I was like, let's do this. This could open up a new, series of paintings for me.
Nice.
So and then and the way you said we're gonna display it, like on both sides of the canvas, I was like, that is so I've never heard of this. I was like, I'm so excited to be a part of it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just you have the choice to do both sides. A
No, I'm
lot of
doing
people
both.
are doing both
Yeah.
sides.
Hmm.
I will be happy if
Yeah.
artists do both sides.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah. Hmm.
I keep saying with every interview I have, the artists that are in this show,
Hmm.
like I am so honored. I don't
Yeah.
even know, like I just want to shake the roof off of the
Oh,
artist.
nice.
'Cause I just want to put out good vibes about it, but because I can't
Hmm.
believe like the selection of artists, you included, have said yes to this.
Oh, that's
So,
excellent. Yeah, then
and I
thank
really want
you.
to honor you guys and like,
Mhm.
come out and see these artists.
Right.
So,
Cool.
um, so when do you get to paint with a full-time job? What's your schedule?
So I do have like a regular like 9 to 5 or seven, but when I'm there, I'm usually there like 5:30 to 2. And then when I'm teaching, it's like 7 to 10. So, I basically just have to get in like as soon as I feel like when I leave that one job, I feel like my painting is my second job, so gotta come straight to work. Because I always say, and I tell my students this too, I was like, you spend all these hours towards someone else's dream. You got to make sure, no matter if you're tired or not, to put it towards yourself. So,
Thank
definitely,
you for that. We need
yeah. When I come home, I get straight to work, working on my artwork until I have to go to the second job.
nice. And
Yeah.
so what what artist inspires you? Who are your inspirations?
So my favorite artist, I love Kehinde Wiley. I love Jenny Seville. She the ones who start when I was in grad school. I wanted to do all big, large paintings like hers. And then definitely what's his name? Um Kara Walker, her name?
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah.
That's been a lot of people's.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
it's just so many. Matter of fact, it was crazy. It was what was it? It was right before the pandemic hit. So I think it was like 2020, 2019, something like that. And it was a exhibition that was traveling called 30 Americans. And it didn't come here in Illinois, but it was in Philadelphia. I went to the Barnes Foundation. So I had to go there because it was literally every one of my favorite black
Oh my.
artists that I grew up learning about, never seen them in person, and they were all there, like all of their artwork. It had a Basquiat and all of them. So
Wow.
yeah, it was definitely an experience I'll never forget.
Love that. So
Yeah.
so where did you learn? Because the way that you paint, it is a technique.
Hmm.
What is your technique? I want to know.
You know what? I just paint. Like, a lot of things. I think what stand out is the color, the way I incorporate color and
Right.
everything in my art. And one thing I remember, my professor from undergrad was telling me about, bringing in color that's in the background and everything. So it's like it's all one environment. So bringing like the background color into the foreground so I definitely play around with that. But I also like the idea of I say my work is kind of a mix between realism and expressionism,
Right. Right.
because one of the things to me, and I love people who can do photorealistic. I think that's a talent I just don't have. I think that's amazing. But when I look at a painting, I want to know that I'm looking at a painting. I want to see the layers of that painting. So that's why I like to expose some of like the canvas, the white canvas, and
Right.
showing every layer. That's why I have that finished versus unfinished in my artwork. I
Okay.
think and I get it. A lot of when I'm finishing up the painting, I'll grab my palette knife and really just kind of do some really bold, expressive,
Okay.
moves on there because I feel like I really just have fun with it. If I'm getting too particular. Oh, I don't want to
Right.
mess this up. I don't want to, I'm not having fun with this. I just try to relax and just kind of let it naturally come out.
I love
Hmm.
that.
Thank you.
Oh God, I just lost what I was going to ask you. It's about your technique. So, have you ever painted anything else besides portraits?
Um, I've done like in school, maybe like some landscapes, and I did teach a landscaping class. But now it was probably years ago. Right now, I'm just really portraits and figures. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
So I looked at God, I wish I could. I'm going to look it up on my phone. Excuse me. I have a bunch of your pieces.
Hmm.
Have you had a solo show?
In Albion, yeah. Well,
And
yeah, back
have
in the
you?
school. Hmm.
Okay. So I'm
Also, yeah, now the Freeport Museum down in Freeport, Illinois.
that's a
Yeah,
great museum.
yeah.
When did
Hmm.
you have your show there?
In 21, yeah, 2021. Of the owner, the gallery owner, he contacted me. I can't, his name is escaping me, but he contacted me about doing the show there. So yeah.
Wow. What was the name of the show?
Um, well, it was me and three other artists. Like we all had our own gallery.
Oh, okay.
My yes, and it was like but so I forgot the full name of the show, but my particular show was called who do you who do you see?
Who
Yeah,
do you see?
yeah, hmm,
So I don't know if you can see. Can you see this piece?
yeah, yeah. I can.
Love.
Thank
Can
you.
you, and I'll post this picture, guys, so you can see it.
Yeah.
What is that? What is this piece
Hmm.
about?
That piece was it was from a series that I was working on. I did it in grad school, and the series was talking about color in relationship to race. So when people say, "Oh, what color are you?" Talking about your race. And I was painting that, and I started, I was just regular like I normally do a face. And then but then I just started, palette knifing on black paint, just to completely cover it up. Because to me, I'm just like, when people put so much emphasis on
Mm,
color as far as race, it's like, is this color more important than this person? So as I just blacken her out, with that paint. So
I
it was giving that idea of what's more important, the person
I
or the.
love that. And
Mhm.
so it's funny though, because then you have oh
I was
where's the
looking up.
uh,
Oh yeah, I see it. I see it.
then you have this one. So there's no identifying race,
Hmm.
but it feels like a black person.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that contrast.
Hmm.
Same with this one.
Yeah. Hmm.
I mean, these are really strong pieces.
Thank you. Thank you.
And paint me purple, yellow belly.
Hmm. Yeah.
What?
What is that from? That was that was in response to that I remember, and at that time in the media and everything, they kept showing like that blackface figure with
Uh-huh.
the big lips and stuff.
Yeah.
And then like I remember at that one that made me do that painting is I think it was Prada. It was one of those big companies. They got called out for showing having products with that black face on it,
Yes.
and they always say, "Oh, I'm sorry," they submit an apology and then just go back to normal life. But I was like, that I feel like that happens a lot.
Yeah.
So I just was like, in response to that, I was I did that series. And I did that painting as well as the one that won at the Black Creativity was from that series as well.
Ah, okay.
And yeah, and it was just saying, okay, if you're gonna paint me, if you're gonna keep using paints to describe me, let me show you what colors to use. That was all about color psychology. So, so I was like, so the purple representing royalty is like, okay, you want to pay me, use purple because I'm of royalty. And then I was calling them like the one who's are the others who are using this negativity towards black people, calling them the yellow belly. So just like the play off of the color psychology as well as color theory with the yellow and purple being
Okay.
complements. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Whew, how, and we don't have to dwell on this too much, but I'm always
Mhm.
curious because I know I created a lot during George Floyd. How did
Mhm.
your art change at that time? Or did
Yeah.
it?
Those paintings that you showed, that was actually during that time, during George Floyd. Yeah, because it was when I was in grad school. And for me, I just I kept making the artwork that I was making. I was already, talking about. Black culture, and then trying to bring positivity and representation, towards Black culture through my voice. So I just kept making more, try to make more artwork.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's next after the Women in Nature? What do you got on your artistic schedule for the summer?
Hmm.
Any other shows?
I do. So actually, right before Women in Nature, I do have at the Waukegan, it's in Waukegan. I'll post it because I can't think of the name of the place, but I will be showing some. It's like an intro to some of my this new series I'm working on called Lemon for Your Tea.
Okay.
So
I love your titles.
thank you. So I'll be showing some new paintings there in Waukegan, but also I'm gonna be going to Milwaukee to do Art 64. I did that last year too when it's that painting competition. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll be a part of that again this year. And
Okay.
and then
I'm just want you get. Are you putting all this on your social media?
everything will be on social media,
So
And, mhm.
where can people find you and your art on social media, please?
Yeah, so you can find me everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. It's all the same at Angie Redmond Artist.
Okay.
Mhm.
So if
Yeah.
I was to like commission you for a piece of art, what's the timeline and
Mhm.
are you pretty open to sizes that people want?
Oh yeah, I'm completely open to sizes. Though my only restriction is how small you want to go. Like I like to stay. I like the smallest painting I'm comfortable to do is like a 16 by 20,
Oh,
maybe a little smaller. But if you want to go big, we can go as big as my studio will hold.
wow.
And yeah, I'm definitely open as far as timelines. With just give me like a couple weeks or so, but definitely open to it. Oh, my little cat. Sorry,
Who's your little friend?
my little cat. Say hi, Monroe.
So cute.
Yeah, thank you.
So what's your favorite color?
My favorite color actually is turquoise blue right now.
Me too.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Um, and then I just have to ask, how important do you think it is that artists have, like, do you have any other discipline that you're interested in?
Um, yeah, you know what? I do want to incorporate some more like final piece drawings within my portfolio, but then also actually because for my birthday that just passed, me and my boyfriend we had one over to what's it called? Cocktail Factory, that color factory or something that they have in Chicago.
Okay.
And we were able to do those the ceramics, like with
Oh,
the
okay.
wheel, throw the
Oh,
wheel.
oh, fun.
And I was never able to get into that class in any of my college. So it was my first time doing it and I loved it.
You
So
love.
I would love to, to experiment more with that ceramics and throwing the wheel and just, see what I come up with.
I bet you would be really crazy with glue and
Yeah.
colors. Like, I just took I have a good friend who is a ceramic artist, and I've been
Mhm.
wanting to take a pit firing class. So
Ooh,
we did a
yeah.
pit firing, which, who doesn't love to burn stuff? Like that
Right.
I want to burn. I couldn't make anything, or everything that I made broke because it
Oh.
wasn't built the right way. So I have a very nice other ceramic friend who I paid her to make me little things on the wheel,
Mhm.
and was
Yeah.
able to do that. And it was really fun. Would I do it again? No. But,
Mhm.
that
Enjoyed it.
that's as
Yeah.
far as I would go with ceramics.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Um, so you live in Chicago.
I live, yeah, right outside Chicago. I live in Maywood.
Okay, and you want
Mhm.
to try to move to Evanston?
Yes.
You'll love Evanston. I love Evanston. I probably should be living there because I'm there every single day. Uh,
Yeah.
but instead, I live 30 minutes away, or 20.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Hmm.
but anyway, so this is exciting. And it was, I
Yeah.
really enjoyed talking to you. I'm excited
Yeah.
to meet you. I do hope that you'll want to do the artist talk that I'm
Yes.
trying to arrange to do afterwards.
Mhm.
And I'm so excited for this show.
Oh, thank you. Me
How's your
too.
piece coming about?
It is definitely coming. It was some like trials and error, like I said, trying to figure out how to do it in like the in here, but everything is coming about. I'm doing both sides of the canvas. So yeah.
I'm actually glad that you told me that. So,
Mhm.
do you think you're going to be ready to drop off by the 15th, or do you need more time?
You know what? I think in like a week or so I'll know, but if
Okay.
I'll be able to know better by then. Is it the 15th? I thought it was the 6th. It's the 15th.
I,
That would be better. Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, we can't install the show until the week of. So it's like,
Okay.
I think I just wanted people's pieces because I have to do something for hanging them.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, we'll stay in touch, but I'll look to see. I should know this stuff. I'm telling you, this fellowship is like
Mhm.
it's everything, and I can't
Yeah,
mess it up. But there's so much to jungle
it's
to
a lot.
juggle.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
numbers is not my forte.
Hmm.
Um, anyway, Angie, thank you so much for meeting with
Yeah.
me. I'm glad we got to do this. I think your work is fabulous.
Thank
And
you.
everybody, you heard where to contact her, and come on out to the show July 12th from 6 to 9. Tell
Hmm.
your friends, post
Right.
it on social media, come do some, get some good drinks and food and enjoy some cool art.
Yeah, I
And with,
can't wait.
yes. And
Yep.
with that, I will say thank you,
You're
and
welcome. Mhm.
I will see you soon.
All right, I'll see you.
All
Bye.
right, bye, Angie.